News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson, celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus Hyundai, home of the Kona electric vehicle, an electric heart with an SUV soul. Test drive yours today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Coming up on Prime Time, the deadline has arrived for employees to be vaccinated to go to work. Plus, half of the GDOE student population returned to face-to-face learning in scheduled cohorts. And your elected lawmaker is back a federal plan to support military veterans.
Half a day and good evening, everyone. Today was the deadline for employees of covered establishments to be vaccinated in order to enter their job sites. Those that decline to get COVID shots must submit to weekly tests and provide proof of a negative result. Here's more.
The governor ordered the enhanced restrictions back in late August. In its guidelines, Public Health set September 27 as the date to begin enforcing the employee vaccine mandate. Covered establishments include restaurants and bars. Frank Solomon is manager of Kings in Harmon.
All of our employees are about 99% vaccinated. Which employee is not vaccinated will need to get vaccinated in order to get a schedule.
Companies must also maintain records of employee vaccinations or medical or religious exemptions. For unvaccinated workers, the Guam Hotel and Restaurant Association and the American Medical Center announced that they'll be providing weekly rapid tests, and Public Health also continues to provide shots.
The remaining, they plan to get vaccinated. Everybody wants to get vaccinated. It's just the scheduling. They were willing. Most of them were willing to comply, They don't want to lose any hours. They have families they have to support.
The vaccine mandate already applies for customers, and Solomon says it's had some impact on business.
There's some customers that refuse to come to dine in, but there's some loyal customers that comes back every day or every week.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
After not having physical contact with peers, teachers, and friends for over a month, the transition back to in-person instruction for Guam Department of Education students today went well. That's according to GDOE Interim Public Information Officer Michelle Franquez. Half of the GDOE student population returned to classes today for face-to-face learning in scheduled cohorts after the governor suspended in-person learning for pre-kindergarten through the 12th grade a month ago due to the upsurge in COVID-19 cases on Guam. Although the transition was smooth, Franquez shares there were some hiccups for some students.
So far from some of the school sites that I've visited, it's been a smooth transition and smooth return to in-person instruction. Albeit there were a couple of students who missed their cohort, meaning they came on the wrong day. But other than that, traffic issues, there was none from the schools that I went to go visit. And, the kids are actually enjoying being back in school, and the teachers are more relieved now that the population has been split into two cohorts. So far, so good today. I went to one classroom at MU Wuhan. The teacher, it was an elementary teacher, so the numbers are different. So her class on average is 18, and she only had 9 show up today. So she was happy with that. It also gives them the opportunity for more one-on-one support in the classroom. Students need more guidance on their assignments.
Parents needing more information regarding their child's schedule should contact their respective schools. In the meantime, Public Health clarified in an interview on The Link this morning on what is required of schools in their COVID-19 testing plan as students return to face-to-face instruction. With more, here's Isaiah again.
After suspending in-person instruction for a few weeks, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero allowed the resumption of face-to-face learning for pre-kindergarten through the 12th grade for all schools across the island. A part of that return, schools must submit a testing plan as a layered COVID-19 mitigation effort. According to Department of Public Health and Social Services Public Information Officer Janela Carrera, there are 2 components to the COVID screening testing plan for schools. The first component is the diagnostic.
And the diagnostic portion really is a long-term plan. And that is anytime there is a child, a student, staff, or teacher who is symptomatic, we want to ensure that they are able to come to a school health counselor, nurse, or office and get tested immediately. If they test positive, then we can immediately isolate that individual, student, teacher, or staff, and case investigation is initiated.
Carrera said that for the first component, it doesn't matter if you are vaccinated or not. If you have COVID symptoms, you will be tested right away. The second component is the screening testing.
And that portion or that component handles the plan that would have sort of a regular type of testing. I think if I'm not mistaken, it says a biweekly plan, and it gives schools time to sort of develop the plan up to 90 days to test 10% of the school population.
The priority would be for unvaccinated individuals, but it doesn't exclude those who are vaccinated. Carrera noted that dozens of GDOE staff were trained to administer the COVID-19 test recently. If a parent doesn't consent to their child getting tested, schools would be the one to develop their policies for those cases. As we reported in early August, all 41 GDOE public schools have a designated nurse. Reporting for Guam News Network, Guahusi Isaiah Agan.
The Guam Education Board recently unanimously approved the modified calendar for this current school year. GEB made 2 modifications to the calendar. One was to use professional development days 4 through 8 on August 30th to September 3rd, preparing students for remote learning, which was in accordance with the governor's executive order during the suspension of in-person instruction for pre-kinder through the 12th grade. The second change was the description of dates scheduled for progress reports and the end of semesters. The link to the amended current school year calendar is available on our website. While we won't know the details until later tonight when the Joint Information Center releases the latest COVID-19 data, on the link this morning, Guam Memorial Hospital spokesperson May Habib confirmed the somber news we should be expecting.
I can tell you that we had several DOAs over the weekend, as well as people who were being treated here at GMH who passed as well. So, and I believe there was another DOA overnight, actually. Again, I'm only speaking for GMH, so I do anticipate. It was a really hard weekend.
Habib confirmed that as of this morning, there were at least 6 COVID-related fatalities from GMH over the weekend. The FEMA team set to help administer the monoclonal antibody treatment has arrived on island, according to public health spokesperson Janela Carrera. 2 arrived a couple of nights ago, and the rest of the team arrived last night, while a few more are still on the way. Carrera also confirms that 400 doses of the RegenCove arrived over the weekend. The island's mayors continue outreach to encourage constituents to get tested and vaccinated. Inalahan Mayor Tony Chargaloff started doing so last week, but in a different way.
So what we did was I printed out a letter, a memorandum basically that states that there has been a significant rise in the COVID positives, and that we wanted to inform them that there are options to still get vaccinated, and also alternative sites where they can get tested.
PD Mayor Jesse Allig reiterates that residents are not to be charged for testing.
If you are insured, you certainly can go to AMC, FHP, or SDA and get a COVID testing there for free. There is probably an administrative fee that will be assessed, but billed to your insurance, not to the resident. Again, we just have to continue to push that out, that the resident will not and should not pay for a COVID test.
If your respective village mayor contacts you about getting tested or vaccinated, you are encouraged to listen and not hang up. With the deadline set by the governor for all employees to get vaccinated or submit to weekly COVID-19 testing having passed, Public Health finally released the medical and religious exemption applications over the weekend. Public Health spokesperson Janela Carrera.
Prior to the medical and religious exemptions, the forms being issued, we had over 100 religious exemption applications and about 55 or so medical exemption requests that were submitted. But since we released the forms, I haven't been able to talk to our team yet to see if we had an increase or more requests that were submitted over the weekend. So we had quite a lot that were submitted prior to the forms being officially released.
As reported, if you've ever had COVID-19, it doesn't mean that you are automatically exempt from getting a shot. You still have to submit a doctor's clearance. Go to KUAM.com and you'll find the link to the forms. Once again, we invite you to voice your view on our social media with our daily question. Today's question: how is the first day back to face-to-face learning going for your family? We'll share some responses on the link tomorrow morning. Stay tuned. We're back with more news on Guam's News Leader next.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
When making the new Kentucky Fried Chicken sandwich, people asked how I felt about burger places selling fried chicken. I'd say that's none of my business, just like making fried chicken is none of theirs. Get the new Kentucky Fried Chicken sandwich. It's finger-licking good.
Half a day. As we look ahead to a brighter tomorrow, Matson's commitment to Guam and Micronesia remains stronger than ever. While the world around us is ever-changing, what remains unchanged is our commitment to you, our customers, and the island communities we serve. Shipping is what we do best, and serving our community is at the heart of everything we do. But we don't do it alone. This is why we support organizations that make caring for the people and the environment a top priority. We know that many count on Matson's lifeline services in the Pacific. And that's why we continue to work hard to ensure that our shipments remain on time all the time. Matson recently added another Aloha-class vessel to our schedule. We now have two of Matson's largest and fastest ships serving Guam from the U.S. West Coast and Hawaii. With our new state-of-the-art vessels, we stand ready to support the region's economic recovery. Thank you for the privilege of serving you for the last 25 years. And you can count on Matson to be here for the next 25 years and beyond.
Do you feel like you're missing out on something? Make life more rewarding with Pacific Points. Earn and redeem points for bill rebates and free load at IT&E, discounts on fuel at Shell, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. You can even pay with Pacific Points at IT&E, Shell, and Foodies. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
100% truck, 100% Jeep. Experience next-level off-roading on your new Jeep Gladiator, the most capable off-road midsize pickup truck crafted for adventure, equipped with best-in-class towing capacity, legendary 4x4 Jeep capability, and backed by Guam's only lifetime powertrain warranty. Drive home in a 2021 Jeep Gladiator today, starting as low as $315 per paycheck during Jeep Adventure Days. Visit CarsPlusGuam.com to get pre-approved online today. Terms and conditions apply. Cars Plus, driven by you.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Welcome back. The Attorney General's office held a press conference this morning to talk about the latest efforts to combat the island's growing opioid problem, specifically announcing that to date, Guam has secured $14 million from a nationwide settlement against several pharmaceutical companies. With more, here's Hannah Devonso.
The first steps were taken today to get some of the multi-million-dollar settlement into the hands of the service providers on the front lines of the battle against opioid addiction. AG Levin Camacho announcing on Monday that checks were going to organizations like the Salvation Army Lighthouse Recovery Center, Oasis Empowerment Center, and New Beginnings at Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center. Senator Amanda Shelton was also in attendance announcing the details of Bill 204, which establishes a trust fund for opioid recovery.
These funds that we receive through these settlements are used to benefit our community, to combat addiction, to help prevent addiction, and to provide treatment for those in our community.
The money collected from this litigation will go into this trust fund and be monitored by members of legislation.
This will be a group of people, experts, government partners, who will be able to guide us with a strategy of how to best use this money for our community. So knowing the needs of our community, the changing needs, and we'll be able to identify those to use the money the best way we know how.
To continue the fight against the opioid crisis, a portion of the funds will go to creating an upcoming educational outreach and prevention campaign. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Hannah Devonso.
A 48-year-old man who was shot while allegedly breaking into a Dededo barbershop has been arrested. Albert Torres Titautau sustained a single gunshot wound in the early morning hours of September 15th when he broke into Dave's barbershop. Shop owner Dave Cadavis told KUAM he was defending himself when he told the intruder to stop. Titautau, however, did not listen and had to be transported to GRMC for treatment. According to a magistrate's complaint, Titautau was charged with burglary as a second-degree felony. Police arrested Titautau on Friday on initial charges of home invasion, burglary, criminal mischief, theft of property, aggravated assault, and use of a deadly weapon in the commission of a felony. The Guam Police Department is looking ahead to order another fleet of police vehicles. Just last week, they announced they received 24 new cars from AutoSpot and paid for it with federal funds. Chief of Police Steve Ignacio says they're hoping to secure funding from DOI or possibly ARP money so the GPD can have a two-fleet system of vehicles.
And what that means is that when one fleet is out on the road, 3 months from now, or when you hit the 6,000 mile mark, you can take the first fleet offline, put the second fleet out, and what that does is it allows for rest for the first fleet. So it's kind of a rotation system.
We should note that although GPD was supposed to get 24 police cars last week, they only received 23. The chief confirmed one was in fact missing, but it's on its way. He also confirmed that there was already a stalling problem with one of the new cars, but that it's covered under warranty with the dealership. The Guam legislature is throwing its support behind a U.S. House resolution to set up an advisory committee to address the unique issues of military veterans in the outlying areas in the freely associated states. Nestor Lecanto has more.
The House resolution is sponsored by CNMI Delegate Gregorio Kilili Sablan and co-sponsored by 10 others, including Congressman Michael San Nicolas. Speaker Therese Terlahi is sponsor of the local resolution, expressing Guam's strong support.
Because for years, Guam veterans have vocalized their concerns over the inconsistent level of care that they have received through the United States Department of Veterans Affairs. And these problems have left our veterans with exacerbated medical issues, increased financial burdens, and feelings of frustration and sometimes hopelessness. And they should not be subjected to this treatment, especially because of the sacrifice that they have given to serve the country.
Senator Tony Atta says they hope that Congress will listen.
Guam and the region always seems to be left out. We always seem to have that difficulty in filing and getting approved for benefits and health care. But yet, if we were to move to the United States, to the mainland, those things come quicker.
The proposed advisory committee would be made up of 15 voting members to represent veterans in 8 remote areas, including Guam. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Also today, a bill to build a monument in honor of Gold Star families was moved to the third reading file for later voting. The measure would authorize the use of a site next to the Purple Heart Memorial at Skinner Plaza. Much of the funding for the monument will come from the Woody Williams Foundation. Williams is the oldest surviving Medal of Honor recipient and the lone surviving medal winner from World War II. His foundation is helping to build dozens of Gold Star family memorials across the country. Bill sponsor Senator Joe San Agustin has been trying to fast-track the measure as the site dedication ceremony is scheduled for this Thursday. Williams is expected to be the keynote speaker. Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk. Senator Frank Blas Jr. has been asking the Attorney General to look into audit findings relative to hotel quarantine procurement. The senator responding to Attorney General Levin Camacho's Link interview on the subject.
I'm glad that we finally heard from him in one form or another. I don't take that I've gotten one phone call saying that it's still being reviewed as, constant communication with my office. That said, Chris, I still hold to my stance that there is enough information provided in the auditor report that warrants some legal action to be taken by the Attorney General of Guam.
AG Camacho telling the Link the audit's findings, which cited $3 million in question costs, non-compliance with local law, and a conflict of interest with the governor's former legal counsel and son-in-law. The AG saying Senator Blas and Auditor BJ Cruz can do something about the audit findings, too.
Neither I nor the Office of the Public Auditor right now have that ability to take that, that information and take it to the next step, next level. despite being said that we have some type of power to be able to do this. The legislature doesn't. We are the policy-making branch of the government. We're not the enforcement branch of the government.
The AG did not have a timeline on how long the active review of the public auditor's audit findings would take. Stay tuned. Double DZ is in the heezy with sports coming up next.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
My barbecue bacon double cheeseburger, 2 100% beef patties, hickory smoked bacon, and award-winning barbecue sauce. Award-winning. Try my barbecue bacon double cheeseburger combo, only at Jack in the Box.
Guam was once home to over 12 native species of forest birds, each with their own unique sound, color, and role to play in our ecosystem. However, the arrival of the brown tree snake has threatened their existence. Today, only 3 of these species still exist in the wild. But what was once lost can be restored. Join the Department of Agriculture's efforts to restore our ecosystem.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, where you get smart insights into your finances so you can make smart decisions with your money. With a daily personalized feed, you can compare your monthly income to spending. That's better. Discover where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. See what's essential and what isn't. The more you use the app, the smarter it gets. With insights from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Pizza Hut's Detroit-style pizza is back. Same crispy crust, cheese all the way to the edge, and the sauce still on top. Okay, now I'm hungry. The Detroit-style pizza. Create your own or pick from 3 signature recipes. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
I'm here with Mara Tamayo, Lavana Roman, and Hannah Rojas, who play rugby for the Mount women's rugby team. You guys already played 3 games this season. Tell us how so far the season's been going for you guys.
So far we played Harvard and LIU, which is Long Island University. We also challenged Manhattanville, but that was a sevens tournament. For Harvard, unfortunately, we lost, but for LIU, we won, and that was an achievement for us. We're striving to get to the top 4 in our division, and we have to prepare a lot for the next upcoming games.
Well, Lavana and Hannah, you guys are both seniors on the team. Any goals or expectations for this season?
Well, not specifically for this season, but my whole 4 years in general, it was a personal goal that I wanted to make for myself, that I wanted to make the starting roster all my 4 years for every single game, no matter if it was 15s or 7s. Like, that was just my goal of just like working hard, and then my reward was just getting on the roster and playing in the starting 15 or 7.
For me, it's really been about like leaving everything I have on the field. As a forward, it's really competitive. We have a lot of people in the same position, and I always wanted to put in as much work on the field as I can before our subs come in.
I know there's quite a few girls on the team that, you know, came from the island, and how has the roles for the Guam girls been on the team? How have they impacted this year's season?
We gain a lot of respect, like every single year. It doesn't matter like where, like what school you come from, or whether public or private. Like we gain a ton amount of respect because we work hard. Like we put our bodies in the line. We're willing to learn. Like we're coachable. Like we just like to be open to new things. And I know Guam was like, the rugby was very like physical, and now since we've been out here, it's very technical now, and we have to start thinking about a lot of things. So our coach really pushed us to do that, as well as our team. So when we go back to Guam and when we like share our experiences, we'll just be like, you have to keep an open mind, because the way we play rugby in Guam is different from the way we play rugby out here, and we just have to learn to adjust.
I would say that coming from Guam and playing all the way out here in Maryland, it gives me a large sense of pride, because not only are there girls here playing at the Mount, but there's girls playing at Dartmouth, there's girls playing at American International University, and just the mere fact that all these women, especially coming from Guam and playing this massive physical sport, it just fills me with so much pride and happiness that, hey, we may come from a small island, but we're here to show the entire world that we can put up a fight.
I think coming from Guam and coming from such a small island too, just like Vana said, we do gain a ton of respect for one another, and we do create a huge bond here. It really didn't matter if we came from like Ukuru or Academy or GW. We all play as one here, and it's fun representing our small island.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Crispy almond chicken breast for a limited time only at Panda Express.
Building on the past, we at Docomo Pacific Business believe in helping businesses move forward and together, changing the way we get things done to make you and your company reach your highest potential. Trust in our commitment to bring you the best solutions for all your business goals. We are Docomo Pacific Business. Let's work better together.
Mobile offers a new and convenient way to fuel your vehicle. Pay gas and go. No need to line up inside the store. Press preset. Enter whole dollar amount without decimals. Press loyalty ID and enter your mobile number or insert Smiles card. Insert and remove payment card or tap contactless credit card. Begin fueling. And don't forget to grab your receipt. Pay gas and go. It's that easy.
The new crispy chicken sandwich taco from Taco Bell. Is it a sandwich or a taco? Which side are you on? Try it only at Taco Bell.
Welcome back. Tonight we feature Proa as one of the many businesses on island that is Guam Safe certified by the Guam Visitors Bureau and carries the WTTC Safe Travel stamp.
Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase is brought to you in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau.
Hafa, my name is Arizal Cortez. I'm the restaurant manager for Proa Restaurant.
Hafa, my name is Danielle and I am the accounting administrative assistant.
We feel that it is important to ensure our customers and our staff coming into Proa Restaurant are safe during this pandemic.
It is our commitment to follow protocols to ensure that our guests and our staff are all safe.
Here at Proa Restaurant, our standard operating procedure is all guests coming into the restaurant requires to wear face masks, proof of vaccination upon entering the establishment. We have sanitizing stations for their use around the restaurant, and as well as social distancing markers for the 6 feet distance.
Here at Proa Restaurant, our standard operating procedure for staff include daily temperature checks, vaccination, and mask wearing at all times.
Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase is brought to you in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau.
And finally, everyone's favorite part of the show, birthday shout-outs with Jason Solid.
All right, guys, we have but one birthday celebrating on the September 27th. So, Sonia Isabel Aloka Akfaji, you have the spotlight, and happy birthday to you, baby girl, because you turned 3 today. You, your shout-out says, are truly a bundle of joy, never a dull moment, and always keeping mom, dad, and all your brothers and sisters on their feet and moving. You love to dance and sing, but most of all, you have such a big heart for such a little body. Aww. We love you, Sonia, so very much. From Mommy, Daddy, Alana, Kaylee, Hayden, Gavin, and Isaiah. So, Sonia, happy 3rd birthday, and to the entire family of Sonia, we wish you all a very, very good day. Congratulations for this little angel, and we hope